Uh, Give us just a few minutes. We have a very important management joining us, Deepan. We would like you to listen in, and we'll ask you about Jupiter Lifeline Hospitals as well. This is the first management of the show. 17 additional beds became operational at their Indore hospital. Now the current capacity stands at 1,061 beds. And to discuss this event, we have with us Ankit Thakkar, CEO at Jupiter Lifeline Hospitals. Ankit, good morning. Thank you very much for joining. A very happy 2025 to you. Tell us about this news itself with the 61 beds coming on stream. How does that improve revenue, and will that impact margins immediately? Because I assume it will take a year to break even.
Very happy New Year to you as well. Good morning. So these beds were under work for the last maybe 6 months or so. It's a brownfield addition on top of our hospital in Indore. Typically, the way we operate is, we build up the whole infrastructure and we ramp up occupancy and capacity as we go. So once the occupancy reaches about 60 odd percent of the currently operational beds, we look to add more beds. So Indore hit that milestone in the last quarter of 60+% occupancy, because of which we thought this was a good time to add more capacity. So going forward, I think these should also gradually get ramped up and continue the growth profile that Indore has been seeing over the last couple of years.
Okay, so can you just tell us what you're looking at in terms of revenues for FY25 and FY26, as well margins?
So margins, I think we have always said that 25 odd percent of a margin is a respectable margin for a healthy, mature hospital. With different hospitals being in various phases of maturity, it could look a couple of points here or there, but that is a ballpark number.
So 25% are the margins that you're looking to operate in. So your current capacity is a little more than 1,000 beds now after these incremental beds come on stream. But you've also indicated that you will double your bed capacity in the next 3 to 4 years, which means bed capacity goes to 2,000. What will that do to your revenues?
So yes, over the period of years, not on day one of operation, but over a period of 3 to 5 years that the new hospitals come up, the revenues have to more than 2x, if the capacity more than 2x is. We have about 1,000 beds under construction already, 500 in MMR in Palava Dombivli region, 500 more in Pune, and we are looking at some more Western India opportunity as we speak.
Okay, all right. Hi, Ankit. Good morning and good to see you in. This is Nigel on this side. You're reading a couple of brokerage notes, and ICICI Securities, they say your current EBITDA per bed is roughly around 2.5 million. We got that correct in FY24, but they're expecting it to improve. Could you tell us what are the triggers in place? And they are talking about an improvement to around 3.5 million. Your take.
Hi, Nigel. Good morning. So I would say that growth levers for EBITDA improvement would be improved occupancy growth in Pune, which is at about 60% or currently, improved occupancy growth in Indore as well, where we have added new beds, and a little extra kicker from the case mix optimization in Indore, which is still, undergoing a maturity, being in the 3rd or 4th year of operations. So these would be key growth drivers for the current hospitals till the new one comes up.
You want to give us an absolute number in terms of a probable target of EBITDA per bed? Do you see it improving?
Yes, naturally, because if the occupancy grows in Pune, for example, with the same fixed cost, the trickle-down effect of EBITDA for incremental revenue has to be larger than the current base. Similarly, for Indore, with the fixed cost getting taken care of, the better occupancy and better case mix should definitely help in improvement of EBITDA per bed or EBITDA margins, whichever way you look at it.
So 3.5 million per bed is possible from the last year's reported 2.5 million. It's possible. We're not asking for a guidance, but that's the aspiration. Would that be correct?
It should be. I don't honestly, dissect the numbers as finely as some of the analysts would do.
True.
But qualitatively, yes, it is.
What's the plan hereafter? Will you go in for management of hospitals, of existing hospitals? What I mean is brownfield expansion, so to speak.
So currently we have so far not been great fans of O&M models. We prefer to have custom built hospitals. So far, predominantly the growth has been organic. The Indore hospital, of course, was an acquisition. We remain open to the possibility, but we are quite clear that we would only want to acquire high quality and optimal value opportunities. If and when they do come, we are happy to participate in them. But in absence of that, we are quite content with charting our own greenfield organic growth plan.
All right. Thanks a lot, Ankit. Pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much for joining us. And here's wishing you all the very best in all your endeavors in 2025 and beyond. After all, it's a community service as well. Okay, that's the word coming in from Jupiter Lifeline.